So we finally had a killing frost, and so now it is time to dig up the dahlias and store them for winter. So I'm going to walk you through my process. I'm going to talk about labeling the dahlias, which is really important, especially when it comes to next year and planting them out. And then I will be cutting these back, digging up the tubers. We'll take a look at the tubers and clean them off and get them drying and prepping for winter. All right, so a couple weeks ago, what I did was I went around when I could still see all the flowers on the dahlias, and I went and made a label and tied the label to the base of each of the flowers. There are still some in here that I actually don't know what they are. I have no idea. Some of them didn't flower this year, so I'm just going to be digging those up, and we'll see. And hopefully next year they flower, and I can identify them. But for the ones that I knew what they were, or at least close enough, I've either put the name if I know that, and if I didn't know the name, I've at least put the color of the flower, and that'll help me next year when I'm determining where I want to set things out. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut back all of the dahlias. All right, so now that I got them all cut back, I'm going to use a fork to try to lift them. I do want to be careful. I mean, I can see where, the main cluster of the stems are coming up, so I know the tubers are there, but I still want to be careful. I don't want to stab any of the tubers, or at least want to minimize the number of tubers that I stab as I'm trying to lift them. So it is important to kind of be gentle. I try to go back away from where I know the stems are and just try to pry up the ground as gently as I can. So this is one of the things that I'm going to check all of the clusters of these tubers when I get them in, and I want to be looking for any that are damaged like this. This one's not rotted, it's actually pretty firm, but something has bored into it. So I'm going to be removing that because I don't want to store that over winter. I'll try to be checking all these tubers, make sure they're nice and firm, they're not squishy or rotting. So, I mean, overall this one's pretty good. All right, so that's it for this section. I've got a few more to do, and then we'll gather everything up and start cleaning them off. All right, so I've got all of the dahlias cut back and dug and lined up here, ready to get cleaned. I'm gonna wash them off. The goal here really is to get off as much of the soil as is possible. That's just going to set them up for hopefully better storage. The other thing, after I wash them off, I'm gonna inspect them, take a look at all the tubers and get rid of any that look like they are rotten or have been insect or creature damaged. I'll also be looking for things like crown gall and leafy gall. If I see evidence of that, I'll also be getting rid of those tubers as well. So, but like I said, I'm gonna do that after I've cleaned them off, and yeah, so here we go. All right, so now you can see how nice these look. With all the dirt taken off, and I can start to inspect what's going on here. So, so we got this here, which that actually looks maybe pretty fresh. That could have happened while I was digging them up. That certainly happens, or somebody's been snacking, which is also possible. All right, so here we go. Here's an example of something we don't want. Yeah, so you see how this does not look good compared to some of these other nice tan colored ones. So this is going to be something that we want to cut away. I'll take my knife and I'll cut that away so I don't damage anything else while I'm doing it. It is cold out here, so I'm going to be going in pretty soon, but thank you for joining me on my day here, getting my dahlias dug up and ready for storage. Let me know down in the comments how you store your dahlias for winter, and if you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe to our channel. That way you always know what videos are coming out. Definitely stay tuned for other adventures in the garden here from the Frog Pond Veg Patch. Take care. Thanks. All right, so the last thing I wanted to show you was the dahlias stored in our basement. They're in these crates, wrapped in paper. The idea here is to allow some air circulation, but keep them covered so they don't dry out. I'll also be checking them periodically and giving them a spray with water if they need it. Yeah, so I can't wait for spring to get these planted out again, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, give it a like, leave us a comment below, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out the other videos we have here at the Frog Pond Veg Patch. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.